Well, the bad news continues for Lions only Jermall Charlo. Yeah, keep running your mouth. Keep running your mouth. Jermall Charlo has officially been charged, you guessed it, with a DWI for an incident that took place May 2024. You hate to see it. TMZ was the first that I seen that reported it. Says Jermall Charlo is charged with a DWI after Lamborghini crash. Exclusive. Star boxer Jermall Charlo has formally hit and been hit with a DWI charge following allegations he drunkenly crashed his Lambo in Texas back in May of 2024. And they have the court documents. According to court documents obtained by TMZ Sport, in addition to the DWI, prosecutors have levied a misdemeanor for leaving the scene of an accident charge against Jermall Charlo. Court records show officials formally filed the misdemeanor counts against the 34-year-old pugilist August 20th. There's the mugshot. As we previously reported, Charlo was first arrested May 6th, so basically Cinco de Mayo, when Canelo was fighting against Munguia, the day after Charlo's probably getting, or maybe even the day of, Charlo's getting arrested. Which, keep that in mind. Canelo, Charlo, keep that in mind. Payday, you want payday, I know that. When cops claim Charlo slammed his red Urus into another car in Texas, in the Texas roadway, authorities say the professional fighter got into a verbal spat with the other driver after the wreck and then fled the scene. Cops said they were able to track him down and claimed he showed signs of intoxication during ensuing questioning. Authorities ultimately alleged he had a BAC of 0.15. Now, I don't know in Texas if it's the same as Cali, but in Cali, it's 0.808 or something like that. So, yeah, he's like almost double the limit in Cali. Again, I don't live in Texas. I live in Cali. California love. But yeah, that would be if he was in Cali. If Texas is the same, then he's over double the limit. At the time of the arrest, Charlo's attorney, Kent Schaefer, said he and his client were optimistic there will be a good solution. Charlo is due in court for a hearing on the matter November 7th. Like I said, you hate to see it. So much talent, and at this point is unused talent. Now, I've seen, I follow Jermall Charlo on social media, and it looks like he's trying to get his life together. Like he went on some trips and, he looked clear-headed. But again, it's social media, so I don't look too far into it because I don't know if a lot of what he's posting on his story, because there's some of the pictures where he looked in monster shape, and I don't know if that's old, like for a fight camp when you're fighting Dennis Hogan or something, So I'm not really fooled by social media. I don't know if they're updated pictures or not, because you could post an old picture. Women do it, and I'm sure men, with the catfishing. People will catfish you and post a picture from the prom night where she was banging, and you go on a date with her after she done had 4 kids, and she don't look nothing like them pictures. You know what I mean? So as far as Charlo, I don't really know, but it looked like he's trying to get himself and situation together. He had also some marital issues that were pretty much publicized, and it looks like he's sorting that out. So best of luck to him. You hate to see it, in my opinion, because it's a top talent. And I told you to remember the name Charlo and Payday, you want Payday, Canelo. The thing that's sad is the mere fact that Canelo finally got to a point where he wanted to face the Charlo brothers, right? And he linked up with Al Heyman, and this was a fight that was more doable. It's like pretty easy. Canelo's in the mindset. He's saying he wants to fight the Charlos. He fought one Charlo already, Jermall. And rumor has it, and the report showed, that he wanted to fight Jermall Charlo. So this is a huge ball drop by Jermall Charlo, because I strongly believe that there's a great chance that he would have landed the Canelo fight, May or September, if he had been more on the ball, more active, his life was in a different position. I really believe that, because Canelo finally, now that Canelo's at 68 and 75, he would have wanted that advantage over Charlo, and Charlo hasn't fought higher than 160. So this is just wasted opportunity, wasted talent. Charlo is at his best. He's an exceptional fighter, one of the best jabs in boxing. But given how much time he's been out of the sport, given all these personal demons and whatever else he got going, vices, DWIs, Caleb Plant slapped him, altercations, family and marital problems. Who knows? It's hard for anybody. Boxing in general is a brutal sport. So when you have all these outside obstacles being hurled at you because your life is in disarray or whatever is going on, then it just makes it harder. And like I said, it's sad for Charlo, because he very well could be getting the Canelo look, which is also representative of a Canelo bag. You would be probably making game-changing money or a career high earnings. But you know what they say, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. And you can't really say Jermall Charlo has stayed ready. He's been very inactive. He's had one fight in probably 3 years. I know there was a lot of haters, and they were like, oh, Charlo's been out the ring for 800 days, and they were counting all the days and stuff like that. The WBC finally had enough when he got this DWI. They heard about it, and they're like, man, we was with you. You had some personal problems. We were willing to back that and allow you to stay champion without satisfying the mandatory per that. But then it got to a point where, it gets to a point with people, you give them an inch and they take a mile. Like, you're doing so much, it becomes hard. And then now it becomes a pressure on the WBC or the sanctioning body. Like, he already didn't fight a mandatory and been out the ring and stuff. So you allowed that. But then now you getting arrested and, charged and facing court. You're not fighting the mandatory. So they had to uplift and elevate Carlos Adames. And again, like I said, this is not to kick a man while he's down. I hope Charlo gets his stuff together, but I talk about everything in the sport of boxing, be it Bivol, Kovalev, Tank, Errol Spence, Charlos, you know what I mean? There's a lot of people, and you guys need to appreciate this. I'm the best in the business. A lot of people rushing out content. They're super biased. So in that rushed out content, they're not going to talk about certain things. Like if it's a fighter that they like, me, I don't get involved with that. This is a business, and I'm here to entertain and put the news out. And this is not my deal. Jermall Charlo, this is what happened. Mugshot's available. So I'm not going to protect. Some people are like, oh, why you make a video about it? Because there's nothing to hide. I didn't do this. And to me, I think it's rather stupid for any celebrity who has a Lamborghini, so obviously you got some bread and you have some money, to be in a situation where at this age people are getting DUIs or DWIs and things like that. Clearly you have money for a Lyft. Clearly you have money for Uber. So, it should be like a zero tolerance type of thing. I don't even understand why people like back in the day, and I'm not ever condoning drunk driving, but I'm saying back in the day, there weren't really many options unless you had a DD or you had a friend or a wife or something that was going to pick you up from the bar. They didn't have apps. They didn't have Lyft and Uber and things like that. Now they do. They have these options, right? They have Apple Pay and apps and stuff. So to me, it's really rather pointless. So people clearly aren't in the right frame of mind getting behind the wheel. And it's sad because this happened to a Texan friend, Errol Spence Jr. So you almost had like a precursor where Errol almost lost his life to it, and you're friends with him, and your brother's stablemates with him. So you could have kind of learned from his mistake, if you will, right? But then now you get your own. So, you know, it just shows you that people are going to do whatever they want until the consequences come. So hopefully Jermall gets it straightened out, and I think he's on the road to doing that. I haven't really heard or seen much from him. So that's the news. Let me know what you guys think.